need anything, come see me. I'm as resourceful as I am discreet. I'm a dark elf and I live in Windhelm, so yes, I live in the Grey Quarter. You must be new around here, or you'd know they don't let my kind live anywhere outside that slum. Take care, friend.
I thought that...
I'd travel more, but who wants to deal with all the soldiers these days? If you're looking to get a drink, Candlehearth Hall's got warm fires and strong ale. Just got here from the Somerset Isles. Lots of opportunity in Skyrim. It was difficult at first. The Nords of this city are at best suspicious of outsiders. But in time, I made the right friends and proved myself useful enough that they don't give me trouble anymore. The Dark Elves are too proud and naive to understand the way things truly are, and so they continue to dwell in that slum. All right then.
Apparently some Nord women were murdered. Not sure why I should care.
My what now?
You know.
Well, you see where we have to live. This forgotten alley. All the filth from the upper quarters flows downhill, like they say.
Just a matter
Good
of
luck
finding
getting one of the
right
guards to
supplies.
help with anything. I tried to get Ulfric to even come down here to see the squalor, but the High Lord of His Mightiness couldn't
I'll
find the
consider
time.
it. Many of the people I deal with here are secretive. You know how it is.
None of that matters to me.
Of course.
Until someone takes a Dunmer, I'll let Windhelm deal with its own problems.
And I'll do all the talking. No worries at all.
Where else would we be? When the Red Mountain burned, you could scarcely breathe in Morrowind, so we came west. Windhelm was the first city on that road, and here we are. If we had known the Nords would be so unwelcoming, we may have kept walking. If you need another drink, I'll be right here.
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you. Safe travels.
Yes?
All my goods are legitimate, which is more than I can say for some.
The
Speak
Great
quickly.
Quarter's not much to look at now, but it wasn't always so bad.
I have a lot of respect for Anvar's Frendar. But his views are a little extreme.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften.
Talk to Captain Gowland if you're looking to book passage.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore. It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember, I was here, and they were gone. That's not right, losing whole days like that. There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim. Have you been listening to me? I'm not going back there. All right, you have a point. Taking you back to find out who sent them is the least I can do. Besides, maybe you can put a stop to whatever's going on over there. I owe them a bit of payback myself. Well, here we are. This is Raven Rock. Can't say I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander. State your intentions. Mirak, I'm not sure. But I do. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redoran. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws. Any questions? I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it. I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone, I think. I'm not sure what. I have to be. The second Counselor, the security of Raven Rock is my primary concern. This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here. We've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down. Councillor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on Solstheim. As second Councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced. Have to be. The second Counselor, the security of Raven... This is... After all we've been through together. Councillor Morvain, as second Counselor, it's my job to support him and make... Raven Rock started out as an Imperial settlement. The Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles. But when House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home. Your ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. In that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from there. Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind. Nobody seems certain why it happened. Attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both. Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmen needlessly lost their lives, and many more were exiled from their homeland. Giolland, I was starting to wonder what happened to you.
We were delayed by bad weather. Before you even asked, yes, have the supplies you requested. But
what?
Load cost me double what we agreed on. Nothing I can do about it.
Damn it, Jolland, you know we don't have that much coin.
Empire company didn't give me a choice. They raised their prices again, and there's nothing I can do about it.
After all these years, they're gouging us for every last drake we have. Let me talk to Laryl. I'll see what we can do.
All right, then.
The Northern
Don't
Maiden
worry
is
about
shipshape
rushing.
and ready to go.
Just pay me when you can.
Your visit here will be tolerated as long as you abide by our laws.
Not much contact with others around here. Got the Skull village to the north, but the Nords there keep to themselves.
I've sworn to keep Councillor Morvain safe, and I intend to take that oath to the grave.
You think you have it bad? Try walking the bulwark at night.
Miserable. Just miserable. Don't like it. I hate it. Every day it's the same thing. We open the shop, we hardly sell a thing, we close the shop and go to sleep. Every day it's the same thing. What kind of a life is that? Oh, believe me, I'd be on the first ship off this miserable island if I could. Oh, believe me, but I'm not sure I could do that to my father. I think it would break his heart. But I'm not sure I could... We've already lost my mother. I don't want to leave him alone. We lived in a settlement, perhaps a league from the border of Black Marsh, the homeland of the Argonians. We lived in a settlement, even though the Argonian, to put it simply, they attacked our settlement and slaughtered almost everyone. It was horrible. I think so, but I'm not sure where I heard the name. I don't know why, but I'm thinking about a temple here on the island. Maybe it was just a bad dream. Keep yourself safe. Solstheim's still a dangerous place. That they have forgotten.
Here do we toil. You there. You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here? Mirek. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. But that makes very little sense. Mirek's been dead for thousands of years. I'm not sure, but it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Mirax toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there. Building something, clearly, and yet they don't seem to have much to say about it. I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish. Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see how this all turns out. There is the big island of Ardenfell, on the coastal mainland. House Telvanni has its properties on Vardenfell. I've never been to the mainland myself.
When the world shall see,
That's that, then.
and when the world remembers, that world will cease to be.
Here in his shrine.
If you're looking for passage to Vardenfell, you're out of luck. No ships are heading that way. Excuse me, but the temple is for followers of our faith alone.
Mirak. It sounds very familiar.
Not someone here, but
I'm not sure I can recall.
I can't be sure. I know I've heard that name, but it doesn't feel real.
Does that make any sense?
Non-believers are never welcome here. Elder Arthroth is grooming me to be his eventual leader. If it wasn't for the bulwark, we'd be digging our houses out from beneath the edge.
You haven't seen Cresius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again. No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know. I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Cresius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble. No, wait, maybe. I don't know how I know that name. I'm not sure. I don't want to talk about this. A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Ravenrock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful to me. I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Wright, a very talented armorsmith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since. It's the only tool tough enough to crack Stalrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Cresius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it. Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that. I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do. You tell Cresius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
Oh. You looking for a handout or something? My father and mother are the richest on the island, and that includes Councillor Morvain. That's not someone who lives in Ravenrock, I don't think. But it sounds so familiar. Maybe. I can't help but think of some sort of temple on the island. Why would that be? Next time.
Find my pickaxe yet?
I'll give you this warning only once. Stay out of my way, and we'll do just fine.
I work for Mokul. You got a problem, you talk to him. Mokul doesn't lend coin to outlanders. Look somewhere else.
Looking for any potions? Ingredients? Alchemical supplies? I don't think so. Though it sounds like a name I've heard before. I hear that name, and I see a temple here on Solstheim. What could that mean? Ah, so you're an alchemist then? Remember, I have plenty of potions and ingredients if you're ever in the market.
About your account, it's been a few months.
I said to put it on my account, and that's the end of it, understand?
Miserable. Just miserable. Oh, I
Want
hate
to
this
buy
place.
anything, or just laugh at our misfortunes? I think I maybe had a dream about someone with that name. It was very strange. Was I building something? A shrine down on the beach near the Earthstone? I'm not sure. The question you should be asking is, what don't I sell here? Because I have pretty much any supplies you might need. If it's not a weapon, potion, or armor, then it's likely that I have it. Jarland, over at the docks, brings me most of my supplies, and the rest comes from bartering with the people in town. Oh, Glover Mallory gets me a few things once in a while. He usually has the most amazing deals that I can't pass up.
Can't get blood from a stone.
See for yourself.
That isn't my problem. I was clear when I loaned Garvin the money that I wanted it back by first harvest.
Mining gear? No. However, I used to sell East Empire pendants until I ran out of them. Popular little item. It's an amulet that was made exclusively for the East Empire Company. They gave them to their workers as an incentive at one point, a kind of reward for extra effort. They're no longer being made, so they've become a collectible. I'd love to get my hands on a few of them. They could be anywhere on the island. The mines might be a good place to start. If you find any while you're exploring Solstheim, bring them here, and I'll pay you for them. East Empire pendants are scattered all over, so leave no stone unturned.
Welcome to Raven Rock, traveler. Could I interest you in any fine ash-grown foods? Well, take a look at what I have, and maybe we can make a deal. The Dunmer have been growing food in the Ashlands for thousands of years. It was born out of the necessity to survive in the harsh climate of our homeland. And now, with the constant eruptions of the Red Mountain, it's more important than ever. No, only the Telvanni have the ability to weave living growth from the ash. This simply takes the right ingredients, the right tools, and a lot of patience. I think so, but I can't remember how I know him. Or maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure.
I got those special poisons you asked.
I'm not sure. I think so. But the only thing that comes to mind is a shrine near the Earthstone. Next time you're hungry, stop by. I always have plenty of food for sale.
And that's the end.
Oh,
Miserable.
Looking
Just
for a handout or
miserable.
something.
I hate this place.
My husband Bendel feared visitors would shun Raven Rock. I'm glad to see he was mistaken. Mirak. I'm sure I've heard that name before. Haven't I? Was it in a dream? May your path be free from danger.
I'll give you this warning only once. Stay out of my way, and we'll do just fine. No, wait. I recognize the name, but I'm not sure why. I don't know. I feel strange just thinking about it. A temple, maybe. Here on the island, something about a temple.
Fight well.
I work for Mokul. You got a problem, you talk to him.